Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself upstairs on the show this evening as the one and only Albert and the king of Rangers Radio, Bridgeman. How we doing, boys?
I'm doing fine. How are you two doing?
I'm all right, mate.
No.
I'm all right.
I'm doing very well, thank you, upstairs. Looking forward to a good night. Good evening to yourself and Albert, and of course the techie boys in the background, and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Right. Well, I think it would Donald be right. I don't know any details. The Barrett passed away on Saturday. It happened in there with myself and Southside seats are in the stadium, and obviously we send all our condolences and best wishes to anybody who goes to a football match and doesn't go home. So I think that puts everything into perspective. And when we get details, we'll play tribute to one of our own who went to watch his team and never made it home again. It's happened before, tragically in the stadium. And I suppose when you get 50,000 people together, it's inevitable that sometimes things like this will happen, but it's never nice. And it's set them maybe, I know the tone, but as I said, it puts everything into perspective, and we'd like to send all our thoughts and best wishes to everybody connected with the supporter who lost their life on Saturday. Right,
Well
we'll
said.
part that all there, because that's more important than anything else we're going to talk about tonight. But however, we're here to talk about the football, yeah?
Aye, it sobers you up, mate. The way we've all been moaning about the team, but that's serious stuff. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yes, right. Bridgeman, do you want to say anything before we move on, mate?
Look, commiserations to that guy and his family. It's horrible, how closely I was involved in that disaster. And other guys that have gone there and unfortunately never made it home. It's no nice. Just going to a game, you can't go home. So unless there was something else, I think that's all I would like to say on that.
No problem, Rich. Well, we'll move on to the football. Right. I've wound him up a wee bit. He's been pressing buttons. He's on Apollo 13 tonight. But, Albert, get it off your chest.
Oh, what do you say? What do you say? I would have pressed a button in that game on Saturday. I would have definitely pressed it, mate. But, it's sad, mate. That's bad, and it's sad, and it's everything what everybody's been saying. It's no good. It's no good. We're going out with the stats. The usual stat brigade are all coming out with this. He's had this many passes. He's had that. The bottom line is, we're not scoring goals. We're not shooting. We're not creating chances. We're not shooting, and we're not scoring any goals. And that's the bottom line. I think they're forgetting what football is. It's like golf, mate. It's a simple game. Football's a simple game. Golf is put the ball in a hole in as least amount of shots as you can. And football is put the ball in the net more times than the opposition. Simple, mate. There's nothing really hard about it. But we seem to try to make
Can I ask
this
you a
just...
question, mate? Can I
go
ask you
for
a
it.
question? So we're playing against two teams, the last two league games, who could be in the bottom six and could be fighting relegation potentially. The second half against Motherwell with one shot and goal, Lyle Cameron. In the first half on Saturday, their goalie never had a save to make, mate. That's a stat.
It's a new way of playing football, isn't it? Don't take any shots and don't make any chances. It seems to be that's the way we're going to do it. The thing I don't get about it, mate, is it's this part of be brave on the ball. I don't even actually know what that means. I mean, be brave on the ball.
What does that mean? You make silly passes, mate?
Aye. Well, I was going to get to you need to take risks. I mean, so you go, all right, okay, be brave on the ball, take risks. So, okay, I'll ask the next question. To what end? What are we trying to achieve with that? Because if it's creating chances, it's not working. If it's taking shots at the opposition's goals, that's not working. So why are we taking a risk and taking chances, being brave on the ball? What does it mean, mate? What's
I'll
it
tell you what
getting
it
us?
means, mate. It means be brave on the ball, mess about with the back, and let it get too careful, give the opposition a chance to get one of your players centre half, lose a silly goal, and then struggle against one of the worst teams you'll play all season. That's what it means, mate.
I mean, the risk. I mean, that's what you're. If you're taking these risks for a reason that we don't understand, and you've just explained the positives for the opposition. If we take these risks, you're holding the percentage is going to the opposition, because if they nick it, they're straight through. And if they nick it down at the 18-yard line, they're getting a shot away right away at your goal. So you're looking at that and saying, so why are we taking the risk? I don't understand why we're taking the risk. If we're 6 times out of 10 take the risk, we got the part, and we create something, we shoot, we score some goals. You can okay. But we're not doing any of that. So why are we taking the risk? I don't understand why we're taking the risk. And he says we're going to get better. Better at what? What are we trying to get better at? I don't understand, mate. It just makes no sense to me. I don't. Somebody explain it. I cannot fathom it. I'm looking at certain things on the park as we are. We're centre halves pass the ball between each other forever. It just seems forever. I says to the guy sitting next to me, I says, that before all these stats come out, I says, that's Stooters. He's on the ball too much. I says, if I was on any opposition, I would want Sooter on the ball. I would make sure, design it when you're blocking or you're doing your press, that he gets the ball. Their opposition want him on the ball because he's hopeless on the ball. There's no doubt about it, mate. The guy is hopeless on the ball. But he seems to think we're going to get better.
He's a stopper, mate. He ain't Baresi, he ain't Beckenbauer, he ain't Bobby Moore, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, it's true. He's none of the above, no. He's not.
No,
but
he's
anyway.
a stopper, mate. He's a stopper. Right, Bridgman, you come in and then I'll give you my tuppence worth. Albert, take a couple of the tablets I've left lined up for you.
What can I say? Is an absolute scandal. An absolute scandal. That's what that was. An absolute scandal. And we'll get 2 big centre halves, and we'll get a big goalkeeper, and we lost a goal with a high ball. A high ball over, and then a high ball back in again, and it still went in the net. I'm sorry. There's something not right. There's a high ball coming into your box. Who's going for the ball?
I'll tell you how we lost the goal. A crazy pass, a miscontrol with a guy who's been anonymous in 5 games now. 5 games, who should have scored 2 minutes before it and changed the game. And then we gave the ball away, the chip goes in with this crazy defending and a set up with the manager and his coaching staff where you push right up. But it's so simple, just chip the ball up and it's like setting it up. Because I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how good you are, if you're running backwards and I'm running forwards, I've got to jump on you and your size doesn't matter. It's crazy defending, crazy setup, and it's
very
poor.
Mate. Very poor defending. The sending off was just a joke. Not by the referee, by us. The guy ran past him. He actually ran past him and fought him, outstrengthened him. Unbelievable. What's going on with our centre halves? Well, we'll not go any really. That proved it. The boy was sent off. What can I say? That killed our game. He was running about our best player that we sent off.
It shouldn't have been. I'll come back to Albert. That's the problem. Your centre half shouldn't be getting all the touches. It's crazy because he can't create nothing. And I'll tell you another thing. When your centre halves are messing about with the ball 30 yards for a goal, you can't score a goal, but the opposition can. Albert.
Exactly, mate. I don't think there's a Rangers supporter who truly. I know your tactician boys who'll come up with an explanation of what he's trying to do. But I'm telling you, the biggest majority of Rangers fans are just sitting there scratching their head going, what are we trying? What's going on? We don't do that. You don't give the opposition chances to score goals. But we seem to do it. I mean, what was the stat the other day? Out of 3 games, 52 attempts at our goal. 52. It's madness, mate. Total madness. We're sitting, I think, 5th in the table, something like that. I reckon that's roughly where we're going to end up if we keep playing this way. But again, he's sticking by his principle. He said it's going to get better. We've heard all that last season after Clermont, and it never did get better. You wait to the October, wait to December, wait to whenever. You're going, the league's gone, and we're still saying we're going to get better. That's what Clermont last season was on about. You're going, The league's away, mate. And then you get put out the cup. Oh, we'll win the Scottish Cup then. We should have won the League Cup. We did get cheated out of that. There's no doubt about that, mate. But the Scottish Cup, you banged out, you knocked out with Queen's Park of the Scottish Cup. You're saying, right, you've got nothing now. Are we going through another season like this again? Because this is madness. This is utter madness. I don't get it.
We've now played 5 competitive matches, yeah?
I feel it's 5 on her.
5 competitive matches, and we could have lost 4 of them, mate, if we're being honest.
Oh, aye. Definitely.
It's very disappointing, isn't it? Really, truly.
We never.
Yeah.
And we've no lost a game, and some of the people have come up here and thought Scottish football's going to be easy, and I'll come in that in a minute. Who'll be saying, well, we've no lost a game yet. What are you worried about? There's the lot of that up here, mate. Yeah, and if you can't stand the heat, don't come into the kitchen. Yeah,
absolutely. It's I don't know. They're miscalculated with this.
Well,
I just want, going to put it this way. I just want a manager that sets the team up, knows how to knows how to build the team, sets the team up hard to beat. You start with hard to beat and build for there. No us. We're easy to break down. Our tactics are easy to negate.
I'll come in that in a minute, mate. It's shocking, mate, the spaces all over the field. But what we'll do is we'll get the phone lines open, Bridgeman, eh?
Aye, go for it, bud.
Yeah, people maybe get a bit to say. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, Albert, you're talking about the tactics, yeah?
I don't understand them, but I will go for it.
Right. I'll try and explain what I've witnessed, right? And obviously, you're right. I reckon that the 3 guys that's touched the ball the most in our team will be the 2 centre-halves and the goalkeeper. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Right. So we think we've discovered a couple of players that play out the wing. So what we do is we get the ball to both wings and forget the personnel. The right back and the midfield player runs towards them, takes the defenders well, kills all the space, and there's nothing to go. And meantime, on the other side of the park, you've got the other side of the midfielder and the fullback standing next to the winger. Rothwell. Right, he's standing next to the 2 centre-halves, and there's no a guy within. If Dessers had a big compass and drew a circle, there's nobody within 30 yards of him, mate. It's shocking tactics, mate, and it's not going to work because you're not playing teams. It's going to, and then the hard pass when the centre half gets it, he tries to play a straight ball down to one of the fullbacks. The fullback and the midfield player, and takes the whole team out if you lose possession. That's what happened with the sending off. You must have you'd a good view of that, Albert, yeah?
Oh, aye. Perfect view, mate.
And they're standing next to him, they 3 and they 3, and then the 3 be Rothwell next to him. There's your 9. And in between, right round the wing, right up to the centre forward, there's a big hole in the middle of the park, mate. It's embarrassing and shocking, and it's not going to work. And everybody can see it, mate. You'll win games, of course you will. Yeah, we should have ended up maybe winning the game on Saturday with 10 men. But you're going to cause yourself problems because you get a midfield away constantly, and teams have worked out already. You're not reinventing the wheel, Bridgeman.
You're absolutely right. Teams know what we're doing. They watch us on the telly. They look at them now, state of them. Right, oh, look at that. Well, there you go. Our manager, coach, call him what you like, he was out-coached by Elvis Presley. There you are. Out-coached by Elvis Presley. Unbelievable. The times that we lost the ball, the positions we lost it in, shocking. By the way, that was their goal. Was shocking, in my opinion, worst I've seen for a long time. But they had about 3 really good chances, that team, to score goals. I thought we were going to get a doing, but no, we came back there. No, seriously, you're right there. They're up the top, but it's like turning the clock back 4 years. We can't beat the low block. You'll
not beat the low block, mate, when you don't get anybody up the pitch.
Correct.
Yeah.
We just can't do it.
And then if the centre halves, to me, to you, Albert, to me, to you, to you, to me, and then you get everybody. They had 5 across the back, so they went 4-5-1. They pulled the one in. It was actually most of the time 5-5, and what they've done is they kept 10 yards between them. Obviously, they'd been working on it, mate, and they just shuffled back and forth because they knew exactly where we were going to go. Yeah, but it was nobody there.
Yep.
And Dessers, who I thought was appalling on Saturday, by the way, at times, mate. The whole game, we must only talk to Dundee players because there was no Rangers players near him. All right, there was moments, but I mean consistently, Albert.
It's right. Dessers. I know. He's a statue to me, mate. He can't play the position. He can't. He can score goals, I suppose, but nah, not for me, mate. He's need better than that. He played the centre forward this season. He's played the centre forward role. I know he's not played a lot against, but he done the right thing at the Civet game. He pulls for the third goal. He pulls the centre half. He goes to the front post, pulls the centre half. Nearly 2 centre halves to move towards him, towards the front post, and brings the goalkeeper across the goal and all to the front post. And Ant-Man sees the space at the back, chips it out, and the wee gas man, simple tapping, simple header of goal. That's a centre forward.
You mean the Pilsner game? He makes a run. Yeah.
Aye, the Pilsner game. Sorry. Aye. So you're looking at that and saying that's the way you do. That's why you play centre forward. If you can't score yourself, you make space and create chances for everyone. That statue stands there, mate, hiding behind defenders. And you're going,
Stone's offside, mate. And Stone's offside.
I know, but when is he ever going to run across centre forwards? Centre halves? When is he ever going to start running across these centre halves? He just stands behind them. You're going to everybody's to drop the perfect ball right onto your head. Everybody is to do that. You're just not going to make any effort to attack any space or shout to them, put it in front of that defender. I'll get a crow. No, nothing. Just stands, bounces off and throws himself down, throws his arms up in the air and greets and moans and shouts and bawls. And you're going, what's up with you, mate? Get yourself into the game.
In his defence, mate, I don't reckon Pelé could play up front with that system the way we played on Saturday, mate, because he was so isolated, it was embarrassing. I didn't think he had a good game, and I think it was summed up when he was standing offside when he could have became the hero. But he was actually stoning offside, mate. Stoning offside. Just lazy play. When he had a chance to get the winner. But I've got to say, mate, as much as I didn't think he had a good game, there was nil service, mate. Nil.
Well, we got to say, what did he do to create service for his son? What runs did he do? What runs did he do to say, give me the ball? And he's not getting the ball. You've made the run. You're in the right position. You didn't get the ball. I would say that's not his fault. He's playing well, but he's standing like a statue, mate. He's just standing like a statue, grating and moaning. I've been hearing people saying that Dessers, he's done well, and bring Tav back, and bring Butland, but don't need a keeper now. Butland's a great keeper. He's had 3 good games. Next thing he's a great keeper. I'm looking at him, and then they're saying bring Barry Ferguson back. I'm going, the last season no happened. Did I miss something, by the way? Did you just press the delete button for last season? You're bringing all these failures. People want all these failures kept in the team or brought back into the team. You're going, they failed last year. They failed the year before, and they'll continue failing if you keep bringing them back. They need to leave the club, let alone get back into teams. They need to get out of the club. They've had their shot. They've had their days at Rangers, and that's including Dessers. They've all had their days. Failed miserably, all of them. So you're saying, so okay, we're renewing the team. We've got a big rebuild going on. We've brought Mendy comes out with 10 players. This is the start of building a brand new team. But you can't keep going down the same road, mate. You really just can't keep going down the same road. Raskin doesn't want to play where he's told him to play. He's no having it, mate. There's a clash of wills going on there now. Rodwell's in there, and he wants to play there. So why did we bring Rodwell when we know Raskin plays that position? Are we going to sell Raskin? Me, if he doesn't sign his contract before this window shuts, I'd sell him. I'd get rid of him right away. I know I'm jumping all over the place, mate, but it's fresh in your head, isn't it?
My pen, I'm running out of ink here, mate. Yeah. Talk about the game, yeah.
That game. Do we have to?
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I get your point, and some of them, and Bridge can come in a minute, but I think Tav's been great. He scored for 2 goals. Don't play a great player for us, but his legs have gone, right? You see it when he tries to get back, even on Saturday there when he's trying to get back in the second half, mate, when he's come on as a substitute. He's gone, his legs are gone, and you're right, he needs replaced. But brought a boy in. We tried him, and he started after the left back, so we cut him a bit of slack. He was playing the wrong side of the park. He ain't gone today, mate. That's 5 games. I've made up my mind. Unless he dramatically improves, we'd have been better with Devine than that boy Aaron's, mate. And we'll be paying him a lot more money than we'll be paying Devine, mate.
No Devine. No, come on.
Huh?
Come on. No Devine.
That's what he is, mate. That's what he is. What I'm watching, mate. He's no pace. When the ball's up in the air, he's frightened, mate. He's no went forward. He's made 1 pass in 5 games, mate. 1 pass in 5 games. Yeah, and that obviously it was a good pass when the Ant-Man put the cross in that you were talking about, yeah. He's contributed nothing. He looks nervous. I know he's not played a lot of football in the last year. When you actually look at the stats, you wonder how we signed him, mate. Yeah, what he's played, mate. And whether he'll bounce back and prove us all wrong, I hope he does. I hope he's very successful for us. But what I'm critiquing is what I've seen in the last 5 games. Talking about the number 6 role, Rothfull's neat and tidy. Neat and tidy, makes things happen, knocks it off a centre-halves. He's created nothing yet. Nothing in 5 games, mate. They two haven't improved our team 1 jot.
Well,
and that's the reason.
Well, he come on. No, Rothwell come on. He started coming on to a game late on in the game, and he burst through, and he done a slalom all the way through.
All right.
He's saying, all right, well, good. He started, that's better. That's a lot better. What does he do? He takes him off. He's just coming on to a game now. But we're not going to keep him when you're doing that. You're going to have.
Who's he going to have? So they've not improved our team at the moment, mate. I mean, listen, look, people have exposed stats before with Rangers careers and ended up legends. I get that. I'm only critiquing what we saw in the last 5 games. And you come, Bridge.
Yeah, just following the words that you were saying, I can't disagree with you, Ox, here. I think Aaron's, there's something about him, I think he could make it. I've got a difficulty with him. And when he was playing at left back, he kept coming in inside onto his right foot. I could understand that because he's right-footed. He's playing at right back. You should continuously cut into the left, right, to come inside. And I'm thinking, don't you try and pass with your left foot. You can't pass with your left foot. That's why you did that on the other side. And what he did was he tries to pass with his left foot. So I just think there's some weaknesses there. And you're right. He's young. He's inexperienced. And there's I don't know. Judges it, isn't it? Who knows what he's going to do, when he's going to make it. But I think we've spent a lot of money on the team and we're getting nothing for it. I just don't see. You mentioned Rothwell. Rothwell's a busy player, a wee busy bee, and you see him moving, but there's no end product with him at the moment. And that might be the people.
To be fair to him, mate, when he turns round, there's 3 guys either wing standing next to each other having a wee chat. And
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. There's certain things that are seriously wrong. And you watch some of your play and you think, we've got 2 centre halves that are standing inside the opposition half and they're passing the ball between each other. And I'm thinking, if they push that ball forward and lose it, they're gone. Because whomever it is they've got up front is going to be faster than their 2 put together. And they do it every single time. You got a poor pass from the centre halves that have got the ball, or one of the other guys, and that's a killer, absolute killer. So you get all these mad scrambles coming back, and you get big lunges. The big centre half there, and boy, Fouls, he made a couple of good fine lunges and got the ball. But it was just inevitable that we're going to lose a goal there. Inevitable. It's just crazy play, and. I thought it was a genuine penalty. I know you're not going to got to that far yet, but I thought it was a genuine penalty. And well done, Tav. Well done, Tav. You've got Tav on, and he improved it. He improved it.
I would put it on. I think it was a penalty, mate, but we were on the softer side, yeah. Obviously it's reviewed, so you get the kick and you carry on, you take it, yeah. And then as soon as we seen. We got the winner, and as soon as I seen the review that we were, but you just know the Bessers was standing offside, didn't you?
Okay. They all jumped up, and you're going, right, great. And you just know. As soon as it says going to VAR, you're like, oh, he's offside. He just knows him, innit? It's just him. But I'll tell you one thing. See, likes to we'll keep this style of football up, get into the winter. Rangers fans better start taking a blanket, a pillow, a flask, a soup, and a book, because they're going to end up tired, cold, hungry, and bored watching that football. That is unbelievably boring, mate. I don't know about anybody else, but on Sunday I'm going, this is shocking. Just bored out my tree watching that crap back and forward,
I'll go back again, mate. Second half against Motherwell, first half against Dundee, mate. One effort and target.
It's boring, isn't it? I mean, see all the David Edgar and the boy Clifford and all the ones that get into game of press. Going to somebody ask them a question. See when you say we're going to get better. Better at what? What are we going to get better at? Is it passing the ball, or is it running, and is it scoring, or what are we going to get better at? Because I don't understand what he's talking about. Better at what? No, your system's not working. It's you. It's detrimental to the players now. Because I believe we'll get some decent players now. I think we'll get half decent players, especially the wingers. If you get the wingers the space, create the space for them, they will hurt teams, no doubt about it. But we can't get them into the game. You know, that Presley just worked it out within 2 minutes. And I says to Southside, leading into the Motherwell game, I said, they're lying and waiting on us. They've got a plan for us. Trust me. I says, the whole league's got a plan for us, because what's he been saying since he walked into the club? He's telling everybody how we're going to play. He's telling everybody what we're going to be doing. He's telling them all the principles we'll go at, and we won't change and all that. And they're all going, oh, nice to hear. So we just work you out once. That's like us go to you and work you out for the rest of the season. It's nuts, mate. It's totally nuts what we're talking about here. We're going to outrun everybody. Oh, are you? I says, well, you just gave them sort of target now. We're going to outrun and outwork everybody. Oh, are you? Is that what you're going to do? We'll soon see about that. I've watched some of the other games, which I don't normally do, and I'm telling you, every team I've watched, Hearts, Hibs, Dundee United, Kilmarnock and Aberdeen, and that mob over there, every one of them's going to beat us by the way we keep playing like this. Every one of them. And I'm saying, we're sitting fifth. That might be running about our position come the end of the season if we keep this up. Because I don't see any way out of this. Unless you change something, unless you say, no, make yourself difficult to beat. It says, and it's dominating the ball. Don't start me on that nonsense, by the way. I can't go that crap. I've listened to 4 or 5 managers now talking that crap. We want to dominate the ball. I don't know why they want to dominate the ball for. Because when they've got it, they can't do anything with it. And I'd rather them be effective possessions instead of just dominating the ball for dominating the ball's sake. It's crap, mate. It's utter crap. Dominate the ball. In fact, no, I would actually do with that low block. I would actually give the opposition the ball. Give them the ball. Make them play the ball and bring the ball up the park. Once you get them up the park, you get space in behind them. Then you can start using your speedy wingers and your quality
just
players.
Put a message in for us to read. And Albert, you keep away from it, yeah.
What's
for
that?
obvious reasons, right? Against the low block, Casterman and Antman need to come inside between the lines and help Dessers. They're marked by 2 defenders when they're wide and no space to use their pace. But I slightly disagree with that. I think when the boy Cameron was playing the ball out to Gasman and then run it towards him. When he played the ball to Gasman and gets him isolated, he should be running into Dessers when he's got the ball. And the fullback should be running inside if Gasman's on the touchline. If the Gasman is on the outside, it should be the fullback that's running past whoever it is should be running past the Gasman, and this midfielder should be going and joining in with the centre forward and give him some space to play in. Give him some space to play in. And the same thing's happening in both wings. And young Cameron, he's neat and tidy. He makes all the right decisions. He covers a lot of ground. He's frail, and we might stumbled on somebody. He could be a decent signing, bizarrely. He tried ever so hard on Saturday, never get any breaks because we never created them. But they're obviously plenty instruction because the exact same things happen in both wings. But at least he wasn't anonymous. His counterpart on the other side of the park, Diamondi, was anonymous. In my opinion, arguably for the 5th game in a row. Bridgman.
I love the way you're talking to about different things on there. Holbear's gone mad. I love it, by the way. It's absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely right. Absolutely right. the positions of the players and what they're trying to do, trying to go along the line. Well, you know, you're trying to find your centre forward and you can't because a defender's heading the ball out or something like that. And that's going to be continuous. All the teams in the Premier League that we play against have all got good centre halves. They can head the ball out. They do it all the time against us. All the time. Every time we play them, we give away the ball so many times by crossing in straight to the defender, not a Rangers player around about them. I don't know who's when you're taking that wee chip in or something, there's nobody there. 99 times out of 100 there's nobody there but defenders. But you see them heading the ball out. We can't cope with that. We'll never be able to cope with that. That's the way I see it. Never been able to cope with it. And I don't understand why. Surely, also Martin, when he was here playing, he must have seen it. Because it's been like that for years. They put the big fellas in and they do what the big fellas do, head the ball out. And you're right. Listen to what you're saying there, Oxia. They play 5 across the back and 5 10 yards up or even 7 yards up, play an R5. And that's them. They lock it dead. You try to put a ball through there because you're the first, it doesn't go the second on. And then you lost the ball. That's exactly what Rangers are doing. It's so easy to read. So easy to read. Now, when they do it with pace, it can
work occasionally, mate. But when you play a script in a football park, mate, teams will stop you. Because that's easy. Football's about making decisions off the cuff, doing different things. You know, no playing like robots, no playing in a blackboard. It's played in grass. It's not played in a blackboard. And I'm in the Allberg camp. Now, we'll come to the manager in a minute, Allberg, yeah? You know, yep. I want him to succeed and I hope he proves it everybody wrong, myself included. Look, I didn't know if I dug in the fight. There wasn't anybody that really stuck it out. Obviously, Stevie G might have been the preferred choice, but there's reasons why that wasn't going to happen. Ancelotti, don't know where that came from. Didn't know if that was a great idea. So that's what we're doing. So we want him to come in and do well. I'll say it again, mate. We've played 5 games and we're lucky we've not lost 4 of them. And 2 of them against Motherwell and Dundee. Albert.
I know, mate. I mean, you've got to be honest with it and say that's true. It's absolutely true. We got the results, say, with Panathinaikos. I'm still scratching my head and going, how did we manage to do that? But we've done it. And you go, well, okay, let's ride the luck when you get it because they get plenty of bad luck. So you get a bit of good luck, take it. You only can do this for so long before teams are going to start scudding you. And we're going to get a scudding. If we keep carrying on doing what we're doing, we're going to get a scudding. Because I'm waiting for lose a couple of bad goals with that passing, and I'm talking about the in the area stuff. And they'll fill their nappies, mate. That's a guaranteed certainty, by the way. They'll fill their nappies, and that can mean a total collapse. And I can see it coming. Because I don't think especially the older, the ones that's been here a while, we know they've not got the mentality. There's no use guessing at that. We know that. That is the fact. Butland, Suter, Tavernier, Diamondi, Dessert, they've not got the mentality, mate, to play for Rangers. None of them. They need to go. They need to go. At the end of the day, they're no winners, and they never will be. They can't roll the sleeves up and say, right, okay, we're in a fight here. Let's get into this. Let's get this fight won. Then we can play a bit of football. They're not into that, mate. They want to play these pretty patterns, and you're going nowhere, doing absolutely nothing. I mean, we said it with Rodwell, neat and tidy. That's it. What does that mean? We're not good. He's not doing anything then. He's just noting the ball about for noting the ball's sake. It's nothing. It's passing for no good reason. At the end of the day, the inevitable's going to happen. If his tactics doesn't get better and fruition and we score goals and winning games and look better on the part and comfortable on the part and get control of games, if that doesn't happen, well, there's only one thing that's going to happen to him, the same as it's happened to Clement, the same as it's happened to Beale and everybody else. He's walking, mate, and it's sad to say. It's sad to say. Yeah, you look, mate, if he doesn't understand that, I mean, one of the things he came out there and said, I didn't expect Dundee to play that way. What? What are you talking about? I thought you watched all the games for last season. For Christ's sake. If you didn't expect, and they were well drilled. But as I keep telling you, by the way, it's that well-drilled crap. You can get shaved apes to do that. It's really that system. And it's proved. I mean, that Dundee, you heard with them, but they're a bang average team, mate, at best. So is Motherwell, bang average. But they've destroyed us. Absolutely. Motherwell absolutely ripped us apart. And then you're looking at Dundee. I mean, they had 4 attempts. The 2 hit the bar twice, 1 over the bar and scored a goal. And you're saying, there you go. And we're talking about we dominated the ball. And by the way, here's another one for you. We dominated the ball. We had 75%, just over 75% of that ball possession. They had 25%. But we had 14 fouls and they had 4. How does that work out, mate? How can we get more fouls when we've got all the ball? Nothing. None of this stuff makes any sense to me, mate. And I've not got a solution for it myself. I'm scratching my head going, I don't know what you do now.
Brisbane.
The whole thing's just mental. What Albert said's absolutely right. If you think about it, we had was it 60% or 70% of the possession, or maybe 80 even, for all I know. But we did nothing with it because most of that ball was the centre halves passing it to each other, and got across the park and then come back again. That's possession. It lasted 2 minutes and 3 minutes at a time, maybe longer. It just, but you did nothing. You're not getting anywhere. You're pushing the ball up and there's, oh God, we can't get that. Or their defence maybe part of a ball along nice and low, and the defenders pick it back up again and start the same again. Right, left, right, you name it. And all they're doing is holding the ball in midfield. In reality,
it's not even midfield, Bridge. It's the 2 centre halves that's got it.
I'm saying that honestly, it's so frustrating to watch. You know yourself. Look, they got booed off, and I hate my team getting booed off. I really plead with the fans not to boo the team off, but you can understand it when they do it. That was dreadful, absolutely dreadful to watch. 90 minutes of murder, absolute murder. That's all I can say about that. Actually, I thought initially that Dessers' goal was a good goal until I saw the camera for the side and he's standing a yard offside. And he does always running about, there we go, and everybody's laughing. Jesus.
Again, therein lies a problem, mate. Therein lies a problem with your coaching and everything you do. No, see, years ago, Albert, you could do that and maybe get away with it because you stole that yard and you get the benefit of decision. But if the game's changed. As a forward, you've got to play onside to get the goal rather than try and cheat a yard, because you'll score a good goal and part of a move and maybe cost yourself a goal. And Dessers has done it again at the weekend there. If he's onside, he might have got the winner. But he's stoning offside, mate. Stoning offside. And how many times have we witnessed that?
Because he's no football brain, mate. He's still got any awareness about him. He's a statue. That's what I keep telling you, he's a statue. And you go, every now and again he scores a good goal, and you'll go, oh, maybe we'll got something here. Maybe he has a good game. Like, he had a decent game on Tuesday. Right? You're going, well, maybe we'll got some. Then he goes back to his mere games like he had against Dundee than he did against the European team. He'll have more bad games than good games. And that's not acceptable, mate. I just don't even think he's dangerous. I don't even think any defender in the league worries about Dessers. Going like, well, we're up against big Dessers today. Well, you look back to Haitley, and everybody worried about playing big Haitley and McCoy. Don't give him a chance, don't give him a sniff. But our centre forwards, nobody's bothering. The only one they care about is the wee Iggerman. He looks the part. He gives him a rough time. You can see that, and the wee man can score a goal, and he's got good movement as well. So you go, aye, right, fine. Danilo's never a centre forward, mate. Never in a centre forward in his life. No, up there himself. You'll never be that player.
I don't know what Danilo, mate. I don't know where he fits in, mate.
Some of these players are in the squad, mate, because they work hard in training, and other ones are in the squad because they work hard in training and have got big mouths. Butland's got a big mouth, right? Dessers has got a big mouth. They've talked their way. New Dowell has got a big mouth. They've talked their way into that squad and talked their way into that team because they've put their mouths. They've done it with Ferguson. They talked their way into Ferguson's team as well. But they're crap, mate. You've got to just say what they are. They're not good enough for Rangers. They're just no. So you can talk all you want about, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're bringing some decent players in now. But you need to sort out your midfield with this carry on with Raskin and Rodwell. You got to get it settled, mate. Me personally, I would give Raskin the number 6, but tell him, don't you come that with me again. By the way, if you come with that with me again, you're out this team, you're out that door, you're out the club. But he has to sign a contract, mate. And he's got to do it before the end of this window shuts, as far as I'm concerned. And if he doesn't, he goes. It's as simple as that. And I'll be telling him this week, if you're not signing this contract, just tell him right now. And if you're not, tell your agent to find your club because you're gone.
The economics of that makes sense, you know, and how he's went for your best player, mate. And now he's not been fantastic, Raskin. Yeah, he was outstanding for the last half of last season when he came back for that injury, Bridgman, you know, against decent sides. Sometimes you felt as if he was playing teams on his own. He was winning the ball, getting in the box, scoring goals. Yeah, you know, he was playing really well. He's no fun up for him yet, but he'll not find it on the bench, will he?
No, he will not. He was the most dangerous player we had in our team last season at tail. Well, the last half of last season, scoring goals with the head, free kicks, corner kicks. He was the one that was running to the front and getting the ball and scoring goals. He was doing everything. He was playing well on the pitch. He was running 50 yards with the ball with his feet, creating space, making chances, and so on and so forth. See now, well, I don't know what's happening with him. And I just don't know what's happening with him. I don't know whether him and the Rothwell guy are fighting or the club's fighting over them. I've got no idea. And the fans just don't know. They just don't know what's going on. And they need to get it sorted. Albert's right there when he's saying some of these things. There's so many players that are playing their team. And I'll ask you this question, please. One of the two you tell us, why did they bring Dowell on?
I think that was a reaction. I don't listen. People get their views on Kieran Dowell. I don't like to see that. I was annoyed more so with the manager than Kieran Dowell. You know, Kieran Dowell, they hurt me, the lad. He's never cutted at their place, and we've seen it. He's played the minority of games and he struggled at the start of the season. Why he's in the team, why he's in the squad, I think all the fans are asking. Because we know what he's got, we've witnessed it enough. And even when he came over on Saturday, I know it was only 10 men were pressing. I think he contributed 0, Albert. Yeah, they are friends to the lad, but that's the fact. That's what I've seen.
Well, that's a good point. I don't like getting booed. I don't think that's right. I really don't. I don't like Tav getting booed either. I don't like any player getting booed. Let's be honest about it. It's if they're getting put on the park, it's the manager that's doing that. It's not a player. All right, he's not good enough, and I agree with that. He's not good enough. But to do that, we're expecting him to come on and do something, help the team do something. We're behind the 8 ball, and we're all booing him and going, would you be trying your hardest? You're coming on to that, going, I'm just getting booed rotten here. I've not even touched the ball yet. But there you are about Martin's tactics in the last 10, 15 minutes of the game. We actually had 9 outfield players, mate. We had 3 wingers, 2 centre forwards, 2 midfielders, 1 being Dowell, and 2 defenders, and a goalkeeper. Right. That's what we had on that park at the end up, mate. And that smacks of desperation to me. That just smacks I haven't a clue what I'm doing here. I'm just going to throw players on. Every attacking player we could put on, we put on. All right, you go on. It's nuts, mate. And I'm going, what happened to the principles? And we play a certain way and we don't change for it. We changed on Saturday. And I'll tell you one thing, when we did change, we looked better. We looked better with all the chaos. With just 3 wingers, 2 centre forwards, 2 midfielders, and 2 defenders. And all of a sudden, we're asking winning the ball. But the problem I've got with Raskin in that situation, you look, he's tackled everything. He's saying he's tackled more in that 10 minutes than the whole team tackled in the first half. And I'm saying, aye, because he's living in that chaos. That chaos is making him look good. It's only him that's looking good in that chaos. But can he actually convert into a team player? All right, he might not be his position. And I agree, he can't play the position he's asking me to play. That's a fact. But can he turn into a team player? And put in the same performances wherever he's actually asked to play. That's the question you asked about Raskin. You're not bringing into doubt his quality, mate. You're not saying anything about his ability because he has got the ability. We've seen it. He actually beat that centre forward in the air at one point in Moraine Hoft, and I'm shouting, Suter, that's why you do it, Suter. That's how you beat a centre forward in the air. But at the end of the day, they all need to turn into team players, mate. They all need to want to win games. They all need to want to win this league. And I don't see that, mate. I just don't see that. And that should be.
No. Is there for outside looking in, mate, is there a clash? Old players, new players, manager? Yeah, we do this, we do that. And if the manager's trying to stamp his authority when he's entitled to do that, but I'll tell you what, he's left it too late. 5 games in, mate. We're 5 games in. If he felt that that's not the case and didn't want him, he should have drafted him at the start of the cojones. If that was what he felt. Now we've got a case and people are arguing and saying, look, these guys need to come back in. Because Raskin's better what we've seen in that position than Rothwell. Now, what I will say is I don't know if he will be, because the gap between Raskin and the centre forward and where the other guys are playing is just crazy. So he might go in there and say, well, Rothwell's better in here than Amor because there's nobody near me. At least when he played in there, he had his sidekick, Diamondi, who was playing all right when he played as a 2, when he had 3 in front of him. Well, that's the tactics of the game. The managers have laid it out like that, but that's the truth, right? And then you've got Tav in here, who's done. Let's be honest, he's done. He's still better than Aarons. That's the situation we've got ourselves into, Albert. It's mental.
I don't see Tavernier better than Aarons. I don't agree with that one.
Mate, by a distance.
Nah,
and
I'm
saying that Tav's done.
Aye, but I don't agree. I simply don't agree. I see the weakness in Tav all over. I'll say one thing about Tav. He's took that penalty, and that took a wee bit of bottle to do that. I'll give him that because there's certain players that would have just run away for that penalty, and especially somebody was saying he missed one against the last one he had. We missed against Queen's Park, and it's a similar situation. It was a must score penalty, and he done well. He scored the penalty, showed some bottle there. I'll give him that, but no, I think Aarons is going to be a better player than him, mate.
Don't see it, mate. I don't see it. I don't see what you're basing that on, and I don't see. Because I thought we were getting a flying machine, Aarons. I've not seen that. He can't tackle. He's scared of the ball. He's not went forward. And as soon as somebody chips the ball up towards him, it's all kamikaze goes down, try to play a foul, try to get a foul constantly. I just see a bomb scare. Bridgman?
Yeah, 100% on that one. I think that Aarons does. He plays. You know, somehow or other, he slides down, it stays in the ground, and then gets the ball with his leg. Last gasp stuff, you know. And he's got to get that sorted. The manager's got to get that sorted. And I don't know, obviously I don't know what the manager's going to do. But what you were saying there about Tav, I did say when I was talking to me a minute ago, Tav came on and Tav did what Tav did. Tav's not the greatest player in the world, and he's one of the slowest in our team. And his imagination takes over when he's in defence. He thinks he's standing here, but he's somewhere else. That kind of thing's happening with Tav. But when he's going forward, there's no doubt about it. He can still play football. He can hold the ball well. When he loses the ball, it's invariably his own fault. He stands on the ball, or he kicks it too far, or something like that. But I just take a penalty, and he's done really well. So all the confidence in the world. Although I think Tav shouldn't be playing in our team. Certainly not for the start. Certainly not for the start. Yeah, certainly not for the start. But I'll say one thing. The way things are in the team, I would not be surprised to see Tav back at fullback again. I would not be surprised. Seriously. It's just there's something there. Our defence is murder. Utterly murder. They look great, you know, passing across the park to each other when there's no pressure on them. But they crumble under pressure, absolutely crumble under pressure. Either a throw-in, or a free kick, or a corner. They don't know what they're doing. There's nobody going for the ball. You know, I'm sorry. You see some of the smaller players winning the ball in the air. And that's ridiculous. You get three giants in the team there. Ridiculous stuff. And they're going forward. When you go forward, you need to go forward as a team, obviously, the way we're playing. And when we do get it right and we start running at pace and everybody's going forward, you've created something, and all of a sudden somebody makes a wee screw up just outside the box, or actually lets the ball run through them and it goes for a goal kick. That is unforgivable. Some of the moves, some of the touches, unforgivable. We're a better team or we're better players than that, surely.
It's a puzzler, Robert. It's a puzzler.
It's a puzzler. It's totally. Is it insolvable? This is a puzzles can be solved. Can this be solved? I suppose it can be, mate. How we do it, I've not got a clue. I haven't a clue. It's sitting there, fascinating to watch. I would say it was fascinating to watch if it was enjoyable and interesting. But this is turgid, mate. Again, we're back to this turgid football. It's one of the things that annoys me. These new managers, Beale's done it, Van Bronckhorst has done it, Clement's done it, and Martin's doing it. Is this style of football? I don't get it. One of our most successful managers in recent times, Walter Smith. Why does nobody look at him and say, how did he win these trophies? How did he manage to do this? And I think if you look at Walter's teams, and they were only brilliant teams football-wise, but they were effective. They were effective, and they were hard to beat, really hard to beat. We're always hard to beat, mate. And that in itself is a platform you will for. See, like, the players will go up front, especially the two wingers will go at the moment. The young boy coming in, Azagard, I've not seen him. Young boy Moore and all that. These quality players, give them a platform to work off of. We're not giving anybody anything. We're just SIF. They're an open. It's like a SIF, mate. It's just all wide open all over the park. You know, I don't see any structure or anything. Every team plays the same way against us, or it's either there's two ways. They actually do the big press. We can't play against that. We done that last season with St Mirren and Motherwell. They all come out and beat us. And then the low block, we can't play against that either. So what can we play against? Is it going to be a perfect scenario before we actually show? You're supposed to adapt to any situation.
Why don't we just walk off the park then? Because obviously we can't.
Just get him. Just get him. That's us. Just get him. He can't beat you. You're won. See you later. It's mental, mate. We've playing this low block for years. We've learned nothing. Years and years and years. You know, come on. There's a solution here. But we want to play this tippy-tappy football, this Guardiola football. Christ, I hate it. I absolutely detest that football. Pass for passing's sake. Again, it's supposed to draw the opposition. They just don't watch you back and passing the ball back and forward, going like, they'll make a mistake or they'll gaze it. So don't bother getting in. And that's another thing, by the way. Many tackles do we actually win? We don't win many tackles in a game now. Other teams come and close us down in tackles and take the ball off us, but we don't seem able to do anything else. Again, the only one that really does it is Raskin. He's the only one I ever see get in for a tackle and winning the ball, taking the ball and coming away with it.
To be fair, mate, we're full back and our midfield players standing next to our winger, so they can't tackle anybody.
Well, that's a good point, I know, that I was going to bring up later on. They see like the wingers are standing there. Ant-Man was standing on my side the first half, and I'm looking up and going like that. I'm going, what's happening here? You see right away, they've worked on it. They've watched that boy in that European game and went, right, we need to close him down. So the wee number 10, as soon as they go to the ball, the fullbacks half turn and ready to go for the sprint. And the wee number 10 comes rocketing over to block. So he's got two, and then the centre half comes out a wee bit. So he's basically got three. And I'm looking at going, well, I'm looking at Diamande. And I'm saying, are you going to give this boy a horn, or are you just going to stand there and watch the boy try to get by three players? And what I'm saying, if you can't get into a position, and don't take his position, and with you and that, don't take the winger's position, don't steal his space that he's going to try to get into. But what you can do is come out and start blocking these players for getting. At least one of the players, maybe even two, block them so the guy's got a chance. Let him, if he's cutting in, let him, you get in front of that player so the player can't get to Ant-Man or the other wee winger on the other side. But we don't, we still let a statue and watch him. We'll give you the ball. I used to do it with Davy Cooper, remember? Hit him the ball and then or run to the back post. We'll bet the back post when you beat the A4, by the way, and just sling the ball out of us. Start using your brain. Start watching what other teams are doing to us and going, look, they're doing that to us. They're blocking us all over the place. But we never block anybody, mate. Never, ever. It's crazy, crazy stuff. But this is the thing that you're going, when you hear him, Russell saying, we're going to learn from this. We heard Clement, we're going to learn. What he's learning? Because I just see the same thing hour and hour again.
We'll come to that, mate. We'll come to that. I know you've not got a clock in your house. In fact, I sent you some batteries to put in the clocks, mate. Right?
I used them for my torch.
I bet you did. Get yourself a mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Russell, maybe just start with a squad update after Saturday. Tello Asgard, Hamza Gaman, Mikey Moore, anything on those three?
No, Mikey will be registered in time for Saturday, so he'll be there. And I think all three of them will be in the squad on Saturday, actually, all being well this week. So, but not tonight, tomorrow night.
Just wonder, with a bit of distance, how you look back on Saturday and how you've looked back on it with the group since then.
Yeah, in the same way I felt Saturday, really calmly. Focused on the process, learn as much as we can from it. I think it's been really clear. I've loved the energy from the players since then, and I think we'll be better for it for sure. We came up with a different problem. We didn't quite do enough to win the game, but I'm really we'll keep getting better and better, and I'm convinced of that. And it'll be another thing we look back on and improve from. So yeah, same focus always.
The complaint from some of the supporters at the weekend was that the start of the game, perhaps the tempo, the intensity wasn't there. That's a complaint that's been levelled at numerous teams over the last couple of years. Is that a cultural issue at the club that is something that's going to be difficult to to get out of the squad? Is it something you believe you can address?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's a really easy fix. So after showing the guys, we have a really clear process. We have to learn from everything. Whether we win, we draw. The guys are unbeaten in 5 games, and there's a few really tough games in there. So they showed a real mentality to not get beaten with 10 men. But there's some real key fundamentals against a team that sit in a bit lower, a bit deeper and defend well and in numbers. But we have to do a lot more to disrupt, especially early in the game, because if you score early in them games, it changes the context of the game completely. So, as I've said, I don't think for us we're doing it differently to the previous manager before that. Everyone comes with their own ideas. It was the first time we had a chance to come up against that, and we'll be better for it. That's what we have to do. We have to learn and improve. So I'm really calm and convinced that will happen. As I've said, I've loved the feel of the place since then. We can't get too emotional about the outcome. We'll get emotional about the process and the intention, but not the outcome. And we'll get better. And tomorrow night is a different challenge again, and it's one we're looking forward to.
Can I just ask? Obviously, it was announced last week that the St Mirren fixture is going to be something that would potentially be postponed if the club gets through. Given the situation with the league table, the situation with Nasser's suspension for the Celtic game, might that be a situation that is revisited that you might?
Well, no decision been made either way. So I think we were told that the option would be there. I think the plan has always been to play the game unless, depending on what happened on the Tuesday night, if we get through this and all that stuff. So it's been flexible. But like the league table this early on will not dictate what we do with the game, honestly. Someone mentioned to me this morning, this can happen, this permutation and all this stuff, and there's just not something to get caught up in. We're not even at the end of August yet. So we'll see. But so our league position and the points total and all that stuff will not dictate what we do with the St Mirren game at all. So at the minute I expect we'll play it, and if that changes because of, for whatever reason, we feel it will help us, the outcome, we have to win this game tomorrow first as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, Russell, the Pilsen guys this morning were talking about potentially getting a fast start tomorrow night and maybe even getting a goal that would put you guys under pressure. Do you have any fear that should they do that your guys would get kind of nervy in the back of that?
Well, goals change ties and games and all that stuff, but we have to start the game really well ourselves. I don't think we'd expect anything less when they have, like, I guess, a nothing to lose approach. You can approach it in that way in this game, so we have to be really ready for that. And if we have a setback in the game, which is not part of the plan, we have to respond in the way we did against Panathinaikos. So I'd love the way the players responded to that. I really enjoyed the way the players responded to going down to 10 men on Saturday. I've not seen the game look like that with 10 against 11, where you wouldn't have known if you're watching the game. So I really commend the players for that. So there they are, showing togetherness. That has to keep growing and keep building. The spirit has to keep growing and building. But the plan is to not have a tough start. We need to start the game as well as we possibly can. But we have to be ready for everything, and especially if there's a few tough moments or whatever in the game, we have to respond properly.
Just to check as well, Russell, was there any update in terms of signings? Mendy was mentioned this morning, Noble Mendy from Betis. Is that one that you're hoping will get done?
Honestly, we trained this morning, we got on the plane, we've been watching some stuff and trying to learn as much as we can about the next few games coming up and making sure we're ready for tomorrow. So I've been really honest with you guys about that. I think we said if someone comes in the building, you guys will know very early on, but he's one of many players that we like and have been linked with us, but we'll have to wait and see.
Russell, how do you think the new guys have reacted to being a Rangers player, the whole experience? We think some of the reaction after Saturday, for instance, has it become a shock to these guys, even guys like Rothwell and Aarons, who maybe haven't experienced that level of intensity and pressure?
Yeah, I think everyone has a different experience. So we've got guys coming from the Premier League, from the Championship, from different leagues, and it's different for everyone. And also it's different in different positions and the expectation and all this stuff. So I think they've all fitted in really well. First and foremost, they've definitely helped us in terms of their quality and character every day, training. And then I don't think we expected anyone to be 9, 10 out of 10 every game early on, especially so early on in the process. We've literally, this would be the last bit of pre-season right now if we were working down the road of what they've been used to. So they've been thrown in at the deep end for sure, and I think they've done great. I think they've done really well, and I think they'll grow into the season. They'll grow into being with this club. They've worked out already what the expectations are. They've had a brilliant night or a couple in Europe already, and they've also had a few tough moments in the league away and at home. So I don't think they could have had better preparation for becoming Rangers players. They've experienced a bit of everything already, but I also think they're really resilient. They have a lot of character. They're really good players first and foremost, and they're really going to help us over the course of the season. So I think they've done well, but I think there's way more to come, as there is from the rest of the group. The more they get used to us, the more they get used to what we're asking them to do, and the more they trust that we're going to focus on the process as much as we can and not the outcome, because we can't be dictated to by it all the time. If we look after what we can do all the time, the work, how hard we work, how much we learn, how much we improve, then the outcome will take care of itself and everyone will be happy. So we have to control what we can control as much as we possibly can, and that's working really, really hard and learning as much as we can. And I'm really convinced the guys we've brought in and the lads that we've inherited, they're really, really trying. There's not... I said I'm going to be really honest with you. I feel really, after Motherwell, I feel really good about their attitude and their application. On Saturday, wasn't any of that. So we'll just keep working and improve. And tomorrow night gives us another chance to really show what we can bring onto the pitch.
I mean, obviously you've earned a significant advantage in the first leg. Is there any sense within you and the group that there's a slight easing of pressure, despite it being obviously a high stakes game, that you can come here and maybe have a bit more freedom to implement the things you're trying to?
No, I think in a word, I think we play for a football club where you can't ease off ever. We're going to have a sold out away end, and it's a big night for us after being a bit disappointed Saturday with a few things in the performance. Hopefully we'll see some stuff that we didn't do well enough come out tomorrow night and do it better, and then bring lots of the stuff from the first game that we brought to the party at Ibrox. So no, I don't think there's any, we can't, honestly, it's my job to, as a coach on the training pitch, to not come off the players one bit at any point. Even when when they get into flow and it starts looking really brilliant, which I'm convinced it will be at some point, it's my job to make sure we stay on them all the time to keep growing. And tomorrow night is just a part of that. So there's no easing, there's no talking about that at all. It's about coming here to try and win a game and for it to look like us and a performance that looks like us and what we want to be. So other than that, no, not at all.
Hi Russell, I'm just wondering, some fans are maybe slightly surprised by how Nico Raskin's been utilised in the early part of the season, given that last season he was so influential for the club. He's probably the club's player of the season in many regards. I'm just wondering, is there any scenario in your mind long term where Nico and Joe Rothwell can both play in the same team, or does it have to be one or the other as the sort of single pivot?
They've already both played in the same team, haven't they?
But long term?
But they've already played in their same team short term. So that would suggest to me that they can definitely play in the same team long term. Is that what you mean?
No, sorry. Obviously Nico's been out of the team the past couple of games.
Yeah, but they started the first game together. They started a lot together in pre-season. Yeah, it's the same with any player. I spoke to you about a player that has not had a really good time here on Saturday, but we are judging from being just here right now. So like what Nico did last season, rightly or wrongly, I can't have a feeling about. Does that make sense? So I can only judge on right now, and he played brilliantly on Saturday. He came out of the team for reasons that me and him spoke about, and his reaction has been top, like really, really brilliant, and I think that's all you can ever ask for. So he has a brilliant chance of playing with Joe, without Joe, if he lives in that place all the time. So there's been a bit of uncertainty about him this summer, for sure. Not from people ringing us, but I think from people ringing him, definitely. So I think that's affected his approach in the first, not in terms of professionalism or stuff, but he's a young man, of course it's going to have an impact at some point. And then we've had a discussion, and since he came out of the team, he's been a different guy, incredible. So he needs to stay there all the time. So what anyone did last season, really, to me, and it's really difficult to say that because you have a feeling for him as a fan because you've watched him play really well for your team. And I've watched a lot of the games last season, but to judge someone on that is really what we're going to ask him to do is so different. But he's a really fantastic player, and he's a young man that I'm getting to know all the time, and who actually I really like his character and personality. And I think I'm really clear with him on the demands of what playing in a position he really wants to play and is going to take. And then it'll be up to him, because he will have opportunities like he did on Saturday to play there. And I thought I said to you after the game, he made a big difference for us. He made the most difference. He made half of the tackles we made the whole game. So it was a big difference for us. So he needs to live there all the time, though. It's my job to make sure, playing for this football club, whoever you are, the demands are really clear on whatever position you play. And when he lives there, he's fantastic. So hopefully we can get to the end of the window. He's played brilliantly. The window shuts, he's still here. And then we can keep growing and keep improving and keep kicking on. And they'll probably play on the same team at some point. It definitely doesn't have to be one or the other.
Is that very much the intention, is to keep Nico beyond the end of the window?
I don't think we're in a position where we have to sell anyone. I don't think we're in a position where we want to lose some of the best performers last season that we think can become really top performers for us this season and moving forward. So yeah, that's the plan. Unless someone comes in and blows our minds and everyone decides, the player, the club, everyone decides that it's the best for everyone, and then we can make sure we're in a position to replace them with someone else. It's the same for anyone. I think at any club in world football now, I don't think there is a club that's immune to that, really. So yeah, but that's the plan. But football is interesting, and it doesn't always go to plan.
Sorry, Russell,
Very quick.
You think he's had his head turned or something?
Sorry?
You think what you're saying, he's had his head turned or something?
Well, I think there's been loads of stuff printed in your back pages about 20 million, 15 million, this club, that club. So I'm not saying it's from you guys, but I think there's definitely been the same with Dio, a lot of the guys. I mean, there's been a lot of uncertainty around a lot of players, but I think that's every summer when you play for a football club like this. So people deal with it in many different ways, and he's been fantastic in the last however long since he, in his reaction, been great.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Oh, Bear, you back with us, mate?
Yeah, I'm back, mate. I'm back.
Well, there's a lot of sense in that, a lot of people, and a lot of nonsense as well, right? Yeah, is that fair?
Yep. Yeah, go for it, Paul.
One thing I would like to pick on, look, somebody is going to get him and tell him what it means to our support. Our support, the D, Motherwell, the end of August, all these things, right? You're in a different environment now. You didn't, when you played for the club, we're in a different place. We weren't challenging for anything. You can't win the league in August, but you can lose the thing, mate.
He's no grasping it at all, mate. He's no getting it. He's just no. Who would you need to get to tell him? I don't know. I don't know who you'd listen to for a start. I'll give him his due. He's super confident. He talks, we'll get better, we're doing it. Definitely this, that, definitely that. I'm looking up going, well, that's fair enough. But how long is all this going to take? And I don't think he should put a time on it anyway, because Clermont done that, and all they did was batter him over the head with it. So he's not getting it, mate. He doesn't understand that 4 points at this edge of the season with the fixture list the way it's sitting at the moment, and the games are coming up, how precarious he's sitting. He's not grasping it at all. We didn't know Dundee would play like that, and my players will learn. We've been watching this for years, mate. Ask us. I mean, this nonsense we've been watching for the last 12 years. We're no sitting surprised at anything that's happening. We've seen it all. And we've seen guys like you come and go, and people talk like you come and go, and players like them come and go. They can't break a low block. We've seen all this. So don't tell me you're learning. You should already know. You should be up to speed with that by now.
Anyway, we've been joined by our Smurf, and Bridgman's back with us. Evening, Smurf.
Evening, Ox. Evening, gentlemen.
How you doing, pal?
No bad, just listening to that. I don't know who I was listening to there. A Rangers manager, or was it Russell Starmer? Or Keir Martin.
Russell Starmer.
Oh, dear me, is it no torture? That's no a Rangers manager. Can we just put us out our misery with us early doors? He'll no be there. He can't be there. We're 4 points behind. Or what's he walking? What's he talking about? 2 minutes into the league, we're 4 points behind. He's not got a care in the world. You go way back. Do a bit of Buddhist chanting and a bit of sort of, you know, what is it?
Kill a coon, don't eat it. Kill a coon.
Aye, you know, kill a coon, don't eat it. Aye, he's killing us, I'll tell you. Fucking torture. No, just I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And then he comes out the game against Motherwell. Easy target. See what he says. People were quite rightly so jumped his defence, and he was right to say what he said. It should have been said long ago and all that. Where he slaughtered the legacy players, the goat other managers are sacked, etc., etc. Right? Then we go against Dundee at home. Hey guys are trapped. Joe Rothwell can't he play that 6-0 for us? He's too slow. Too slow in speed of thought, too slow as in he's not quick enough to bridge that gap between the midfield and defence. He just isn't. And the boy Aarons, well, I'm sorry. Tav's had his critics, and nobody's been more vociferous in that than me. But you put 24-year-old Tav against him, tell me he's a better player than Tav. No danger. I'm not saying Tav shouldn't come out that team.
He's not a better player than Tav now, but I'll let Albert have the right to reply.
He's a better defender than Tav, that's all I'm saying.
No, he's not, mate. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Bridgeman?
Oxtail's on fire tonight, ain't you, pal?
No, he's not.
I'll tell you
what goals is he? Right, okay, right. You're coming out with this nonsense. What goals is he been involved in?
He's not.
No, he's not. So he's a better defender because Tav's already caused us a goal against.
He's not a better defender than Tav, mate.
He is, mate. He is. The stats tell you. He is a better defender, mate. You can't keep going about Tav being this, that, and the next thing. He's a bad defender, Tav, and that boy is a better defender.
No.
The stats are there to show you, mate.
I'm going to use the adult argument against you. No.
No way. Well, that's me, Trump. That's that.
On the show,
I'm Trump now.
Somebody in your house talk about that, Albert.
Going on the performance on Saturday, I think when Tav came on, to be honest, he was a breath of fresh air and added a bit of quality to the team, and of course scored the penalty. I'm not sure he was brilliant all the way through things, but he was picking the ball up and moving it. I just, seriously, you can't defend anymore. He's not got the pace to defend properly.
Yeah. And that's the sad indictment, what we've done, mate. Tav's done that. I don't think Tav should be in the team. By the way, he scored only 2 goals this season, which is remarkable. Right. I'm agreeing with a lot of what Albert's saying, but I've got one disagreement. And I'm giving the boy Aaron's a chance. I'm saying up to now. And I'm critiquing it up to now. He's been red rotten, mate. Left back, right back, on the part, after part, defending, attacking, one pass. Yeah, you're right. Albert, Tav and Dow was shocking for that goal last week. I'll give you that. Shocking, mate. And maybe if Aaron's had been there and played there, that might not have happened. He might have won the tackle. We'll never know. He can't tackle. I thought we were getting a flying machine. Guys are running past him. He gets bullied. He's always doing grabbing the ball looking for a foul. He cannot defend. We've signed a worse defender at right back than the one that's done, mate. Smurf.
Totally agree. If you were putting them, Tav's at the tail end of his career, and you can't really compare them. But if you were to put 24-year-old Tav against Aarons, who's 24, there's no danger he gets into that team before Tav. No danger. A far superior player Tav, so he is, or was, at his, at that age. And no. So Big Fat Freddy fail in terms of his signing for Aarons, and that boy Roswell, he can't play that 6-0 for us. No, when you've got a better six sitting there. But what he didn't do was come out and slaughter his own signings. He didn't do that.
But managers won't, will they?
No, of course he's not going to do it. But the thing is, we're no muppets. We can see through. We know the frailties of the guys of the past. But what he's brought in, they're no better. They're no better. And I'm not having it, and I'm not having him either. No
you
chance.
better vote, because Albert's winning the poll. It's 54% Aaron's, 46% Tav. Yeah, I wonder if we'd Tav, Aaron's, another, how that would go, Albert.
I've got all sorts of phones working in here, people on phoning in.
Well, mate, if you're doing that, I'm well impressed.
It makes no difference who's a better fullback. We're not winning games, mate. What way you look at it, it's the team.
But,
it's not.
by the way,
it's for calling the players out. By the way, I need to say, he called the players out. You got to understand what he was calling out. I mean, if you listen to what he was saying, he's right in what he was saying, and he was right on the players that he was saying it about. He never mentioned anybody, but he's saying there was egos in the way, and he's right. And we're asking, especially, wasn't he passing the ball to the wee gas man when he had on a one? You could have put him through in a one-on-one. He kept holding the ball and making the wrong decision, and that's what he's calling out. And he was calling out Tavernier, and he's one of his favourite Dow for that goal we lost. That's what he was calling out, mate. That was just lack of running, lack of power, lack of effort for that goal. That goal can be stopped very, very easily. That boy can be nowhere near our area very easily, but it didn't. And that's what he's calling it. So I don't think he's just blanket covering players just because they were there at the club before. I'm doing that, mate, because I've seen it all. You've seen it all. We've all seen it all. These players are no winners, mate. They're just no winners, and they have to go. It's as soon as possible, as far as I'm concerned. And the players he's brought in are definitely an upgrade on the wings. You can't say there's no an upgrade on the wings, Smurf. Definitely an upgrade on the wings.
We didn't have any wingers.
Aye, true. So it's an upgrade, isn't it? So it's you've got, as for your centre half, the Jigger is a good player, mate. Yeah, I think he's an upgrade.
He's quite
definitely.
quick, mate. He's quite fast, eh?
Aye, he's a good player.
Aye. He is. He's a decent player, isn't he? Rodwell. See, Rodwell, I would actually see that run that he done late on in the game on Saturday. I mean, I'm looking at that point and going, maybe you are the guy who should be playing a bit further forward, and you will drive us up the park, because Lundstrom used to play that position. I didn't like Lundstrom. I was the same as everybody else. Well, a lot of people liked him. I always said he was too slow, way too slow to play that position. So it might be put Rodwell up and put Raskin into the six. It might work better for him. The team might start ticking. You never know. I don't know the solution to all this, but it might work, mate, because it's not working at the moment. Whatever way you look at it, you can't come out and say it's working because it's no.
Well, interesting. Listen, everybody sees a game of football differently, Smurfy. You know, it's bizarre, isn't it?
Nah, of course. But I think what we'll all see and what we would all agree on is that playing in Europe against teams that are going to have a go at you.
But Motherwell had a go at us, mate. Motherwell had a go at us.
Aye, Motherwell had a beat us at their own game. They played a similar style as well, whereby we've played Dundee there and we're expecting them to have a go. Hearts will have a go, Hibs will have a go, the Manx will have a go, but the rest of them, they're going to park the bus, more or less, and there's no point trying to play that tippy-tappy stuff and try and entice them out so there's space in behind. They're not going to do it. Coming to Ibrox and getting a draw, walking away with a point, it's a great result for most teams. So they're just not going to do it, and you've got to be more pragmatic. You've got these two wingers. You need to use them. You need to get the ball back to front as quick as possible. And we're not doing that. These just pointless 2 feet passes, you know, to what end? in a game against Dundee at Ibrox. Pointless. It's frustrating, really frustrating to watch.
Aye, all bear had a theory, and we're not making enough chances. And if well, listen, and if they're, I want to go back to the interview, and Briggs can come in first. He said that there's an easy fix to a slow start. I don't want it fixed. I don't want it to happen, mate. Because see, if you're a heat engineer, and you blow a place up, you say to your gaffer, there's an easy fix to that. I'll do that the next time. There ain't a next time. They ain't right for the start. I know football players are no robots, and there's a lot of factors come into it. But if there's an easy fix, don't let it happen, Bridgeman.
Any Rangers fan that watched that game on Saturday, there's none of them. I don't think there's anybody happy with the way we played. I don't think there's anybody happy with the way some of the players were absolutely dreadful, and so on and so on. And so you can say to yourself, when all these people that were unhappy with the Rangers played, do you think they were happy with the manager? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where is he coming from? Where's he coming from? He's blamed the players, he's thrown them under a bus the week before, and now what is he going to do? He's done it again. He said at some point the players weren't doing what they're told. Well, how can he actually recover from that? Well, he's going to have to win games. So we need to see how he goes on. But I tell you now, there's a lot of Rangers fans, and I'm not being funny when I say this, there's a lot of Rangers fans don't think he's not going to even last until Christmas. That's what a lot of the Rangers fans think. And let's go to the end of this month. Let's see how he does this month. And if he gets to the end of the month and we get beat by them.
And it's mental, Bridge. It's mental. I mean,
It's
mental. We think like that, and all Bears know they can't. Bridge managers, but he's hearing the same stuff all about.
Oh, everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people saying it now, shouting for his head and all that, carry on. I don't like saying managers. I don't think that's the answer. I never did think it was the answer. It's down to players, mate. But the one thing is just to talk about it's an easy fix. Well, why did they not fix it on Saturday? Is it an easy fix for the next game, but you can't sort it during the game? Because that slow start wasn't just a slow start. That was slow 70, 80 minutes up until the last 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. That was turgid, mate. Slow all apart. So if it's an easy fix, why can't we fix it? Pardon?
He's had to go and meditate on it.
Let the other team score. Then we play quicker. Eh?
It's not. It's an easy fix. I don't get it.
Because if you think back to
it's stuff like that, what will get him sacked. He's saying things like that. That's the stuff that's really going to get him sacked. Because just talking nonsense now. It's just nonsense talk. It's happened with Clement. He's trying to justify certain things that was unjustifiable, and you're saying, just shut up. Just call it out the way it is. Say the truth. They're not playing well. I've tried everything I can to get them to do this.
Well, by the way, we better change our tune, obviously. We had a pre-game interview for the European time, but basically it was still harking back to Saturday because people are so frustrated with the performance. I think there was some hints in the team tomorrow night that possibly Raskin can come back in. It'll be interesting to see where he plays. But if you play with that same shape, mate, there's still that big hole in front of you. And I don't know how you sort it, mate, because it's not a 4-3-3, mate. It's weird. When the fullbacks push up and you're in possession, you've got three in either wing, three in defence with the centre half standing next to Rothwell, and one up front, mate. So it's like a 3-3 wide and one up front, mate. It's mental. Smurf.
Aye. I mean, I think the sort of teams of the last 10 years that we've had, I think the best team was, the midfielder, Davis, Kamara and Jack. And I just like the way that team set up. And it was simpler, it was easier to understand. And this sort of pep stuff that he's trying to introduce, it's not going to work for him. It just isn't. You know, and he's full of excuses as well. You know, he's we're not aggressive enough. Well, go and buy aggressive people then. You know, if you're not aggressive, you can't make somebody aggressive if it's not aggressive. You get aggressive people. Nobody ever had to tell Graham Souness or John Gregg or, you know, OBC, you need to be a wee bit more aggressive. They were aggressive people. So if that's what the team needs, that's what you need to buy. And it's just, I don't get it. It's there's just no energy. And there's no, the shape of that team, it doesn't work. It's not going to work in our league. It just won't. And
Would you think there's any chance he might change his shape for tomorrow night, Albert?
No, there's no chance he's changing anything, mate. No chance whatsoever. That's the team, that's the way he plays, and that's the way it's going to be. So either works, mate, and he'll have a long time to get it to work because they're not going to sack him, right? Or it doesn't work, and we've got to suffer this to the time it does get sacked, which is going to be a long time. I don't see it. I don't see him getting sacked this season, mate. No matter what happens this season, I don't see him getting sacked this season. And I may not even get sacked next season because they're in it for long term. He's already told them this is not a quick fix. That's probably part of his interview, saying, well, don't expect me to come in here and do miracles because it ain't going to happen, because he's trying to sort the whole club out. As Clement was trying to do as well, trying to sort out the whole club. Not just the immediate playing squad, the whole club. Because
playing devil's advocate, is that all right? But it's still a results-driven industry.
It still is, but it's not going to change. That's never going to change. The trouble is, the decision makers have got to hold their nerve when it comes to that. If they truly believe in him, they've got to hold their nerve. Because I'll guarantee he's brought all this up at interview level. No, I mean, he's already declared all this to them. So they've went, right, okay, we'll do it. We're going to buy into this. So they need to hold their nerve. We just sit, we're reactionary. We just sit there and watch what we watch, game by game, and go, that's crap. And we'll call it out as we see it. And that was crap. There's no getting away from it, mate. You can't hide it for us. But long term, I don't even know if it's going to work long term, mate. I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. This be brave on the ball and take risks. What risk? Passing the ball? What's risky about passing the ball? Don't pass the ball across your area when the keeper's not in his goal.
There was once I passed the ball, mate, and the mitre sign was the right way up, and I was so disappointed.
Having a bad game with you?
Aye. I was so disappointed.
Nice one, Albert.
You know what I mean? I tell you who I wouldn't pass it to, Albert.
Bridge.
Any of these centre-halves that can't play football.
Are you talking about our centre-halves or me?
In general.
I don't know. I'll ask you a question. See, you think back to that game in Saturday there. Now, think of the player. What comes straight into your mind when you put the picture in your head and you think you're looking at something? What do you see? I'll tell you what I see. Sort of passing the ball to the other centre-half, and the centre-half passing it back. That's the picture I can't get out of my head. I can't even think of the rest of the game because that's all I see. And I'm saying, and then you hear the stats and you go, that's why you can't get your head, because that's all it did happen. Back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. It's mental. It's just boring football to watch. Boring beyond belief.
You know, wouldn't it be so bad? Can I come in on that? Wouldn't it be so bad if you see that and it's a bit boring and that? If they all of a sudden the ball went forward and somebody picked it up and they get into the box and they shot at goal, anything like that, do that a couple of times and it might be different. But no, what's happening is when a lot of the times you put the ball forward and it ends up coming straight back to Big Suitor or something like that. Sorry, just crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. Sorry.
No, I think when I was watching it, I just was glaring to me was like, see when Dundee broke, Rothwell, we just had no pace getting back, no energy, you just felt that people were going to run away from him. And he's a tidy enough player, but I don't think he can play that role in that system. You need somebody with energy. You need somebody with a bit of pace. It's no for me.
Well, we know that we don't watch a lot of quality in Scotland. There's always been some decent players. The teams are organised. They're not great quality. You can see sometimes with the results in Europe. Maybe this year might be different. I don't know. There's been a couple of decent results with other teams, but previous to this, some of the results have been a disaster. And I can include myself in that in 2017 against Progress Negacorn, right? But since then, we've been the shining light, mate. But we know what we're getting in Scotland, mate. And people come up here with bigger reputations than some of the players were brought up, mate, and they've failed. Because it ain't quality, but it ain't easy. Albert.
Who is no quality, but it's dig. You need to have the dig. You need to have the will to win. You need to have the all about yourself to say, right, I know what's going to. I've got to fight here, and I've really got to fight. Nice players are nice players, but if you've not got the fight, the mentality, you ain't going to survive up here. Look at Barton. There's a list of them. Barton being one of them. It's just fell flat in their face, thinking up here and strolled us. This will be a piece of nonsense for me. This will be a cakewalk for me. Only to find either getting kicked lumps out and pulled about, fought and punched and all sorts of nonsense. And you're sitting going, can you handle that? Can you fight your corner? Let's be honest with it. You've got to be able to fight your corner. If you can't fight your corner, you're wasting your time coming up here. Totally and utterly wasting your. See, like say that Crystal Palace team, I would buy that whole team. That's what you're needing, that sort of team.
Yes,
strong,
Bear, yes.
Team. I mean, they really are. They are a big, strong, powerful, skillful team. No doubt about it.
That guy's had them, 14 months, mate?
Aye. Oof.
Bring the manager as well.
Well, we've got history with the manager. He was a manager in Frankfurt in that final.
There you go.
Oh, was he?
Aye. He was their manager.
But their team, their players, look at their players. I mean, there's no shortage of skill in the team as well. But they're powerful team. I'm saying that's what I want. That's the sort of team we should be building and saying, because you're going to need that strength, that power to win this league up here. Because it's Rangers. Other teams don't need it, but Rangers definitely need it. Because you're not going to be delicate wee flowers.
I disagree with you, Albert. What we need today is go out and sign 17-year-old Waynes.
And hope they're going to do something for us.
On loan, is that your point, Smurf? On loan?
Aye, on loan.
I don't know who you're talking about. The boy was 18 today.
Oh, was he?
He just signed a long-term contract.
Happy birthday, son.
Aye, well, I get it if you sign potential. It's come up loan. How's it going to work? Maybe it's a short-term fix because you want to refresh your wingers. You know they're going to put a lot of energy into the games. You're going to have to bring them off, and you've maybe not quite got to sign another two. You've got your two, and you're slowly building a squad. I get all that. But at the moment, we're short. We're short on the pitch. We're short in the forward areas. Maybe change if Vigaman comes back. I don't know if Danilo's going to be the answer all better. Having watched the two league games, mate, and bits and pieces of the Panathinaikos game, I don't know if he's going to do. Feel sorry for the boy. A couple of bad injuries wasn't his fault, but I don't think he's going to be the answer. So we're short there. We're short midfield. Young Bill Cameron's come in, gives his energy. Diamandi, I personally don't think he's kicked a ball this season in 5 games, if I'm honest. Rothwell, I'll be kind and see the jury's out. And then you've got Raskin, who we've debated a lot tonight, who's arguably our best player. How you fit him into Jigsaw. We're short to the left side, he's centre half. Because Suter definitely can't play that side. We've seen it before. We've watched the movie before. We've seen it when he played with Goldston. It was always an accident waiting to happen. I basically, his stats were excellent at the weekend. 300 passes, 296, all right. Aye, they were. To me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you. And the ones that counted, bang goal, we gave away the free kick, bang centre half. Yeah, it's mistakes, mate. And that's the individual errors. And if you're playing somebody the wrong side, you use that argument for Aaron's, you've got to say he's Shooter. And we've watched him play on the left-hand side. He's better than the right, so we're affecting him. I don't know if John's the answer if you're going to play on that football, because it's not his game. He's a stopper at best, Bridgman.
You make me laugh the way he's talking. There's no been funny when I say it. He's make me laugh. And you could transport yourself back to a year ago, and we've said the same things about the team then, and we've moaned and groaned about the manager and so on and so forth. And we're in the same situation, and we are not going to go and win anything. I hope the luck runs with us in Europe. Last thing we need is to go out of Europe and lose. We're 3-0 up, and we really need to come back with a win there to get us into the playoff stage. And that might make a big difference to us. But if going on in our league form, sorry, we are rubbish. Utterly rubbish. The manager's rubbish, his decisions are rubbish, you name it. But he comes out and he gives a post-match conference and he tells this and that next thing, and he's blaming players left, right and centre. He's a manager. Or if he's not, it's just maybe a coach. That guy, Presley, that's his first league game, I think, or second league game. And he out-coached the coach of our team. I just can't believe it happened. All the movement, you could see them moving into position. You could see them going to 10 yards in front of their defenders. You could see it all happening in front of you. And they pressed us. They pressed us in midfield. They pressed us up front. And when they pressed us up front, we fell apart. 9 times out of 10, we fell apart. Unbelievable stuff. We're big defender who, up to then, hadn't really put too much of a foot wrong. Made a mistake and caught the guy, and down he went and he's sent off. That's a liberty for the team. And hey, the goal itself, that cross in for the free kick. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We can't win a ball. And the ball comes in, the goalkeeper can't get it. I just get it crazy.
You'll not win a ball with that set up, mate. Pushing up like that, and team just
absolutely. You're standing at 20 yards out.
I don't know. But you must have a good view, same as me. But you know, it was just that you're setting up like that, running up, forcing up. You're trying to push forward all the time. So when the ball gets played through your head, you're running the right way, or you're running backwards. You've lost momentum. It's simple, isn't it?
Oh, it's what we tell our players today: get the defence turn. That's what we tell our players. That's what you need to do to beat these low blocks and these tight formations. And yet, look at us. We look wide open. One ball, turn us, we're running. As you say, the forwards usually get a head start on you now, because he's facing the right way, running the right way. You go to turns.
That's what happened with the goal, wasn't it? I don't know if it was at the back post or get the head on, but that's what happened with the goal. You've got to run on somebody, yeah.
It was a straight foot race. The two of them were facing the same way. The big man, De Jigger, would have beat him, no bother. Absolutely no bother. It's a straight sprint, no bother. But he's got to do that half turn, and that guy's, and he's looking for the foul as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's looking at the
I'm talking about the setup for the goal, mate. When we push right up and they're chipping it over us, it just
that's mental. That's just mental. Now, it's only a matter of time before people started scoring goals like that against us. I don't get that set up at all. And there's Jeffy standing at the back post with a million players all around about him. He doesn't say it. And Suter's pointing and saying, "Oh, you need to do something." What's the boy supposed to do? He's got 3 players out there, and they're all giants. 3 players. He's going. Somebody needs to go at the boy and give the boy a hand. Get out there. No, Suter's no marking anybody. He's just pointing. Oh, hey, what are you doing out there? What are you doing? He said, go out and give him a hand. No, nobody goes out and gives the boy a hand. Then they all blame the boy. Oh, aye, he should have done better. They weren't better with what? He's got 3 giants running about him.
And he's no, they've got the running on him and all, but they've got the running on him. They've got the running. Listen, tomorrow night, we've not really discussed tomorrow night, and I think one of the reasons we've not discussed it, if we're honest, we're sort of assuming we're going to get through, because that team offered very little Ibrox last week.
But just keep my powder dry with that one, by the way. I'm not convinced about tomorrow night. I'm not convinced about tomorrow night. Pardon?
On you go, mate.
I'm not convinced, because I don't trust this team. I don't know what they're capable of doing. You never know. You just never know. But on paper, you go, well, I no bother, we're through. But no, I don't know. You got to go and get through. Put it that way. You don't have to win the game. But you certainly need to get yourself through, and you need to go out there and do it. Some of the chances we're giving up to teams, they don't have to work hard for it, because they'll just get the chances, because we'll make sure we'll make a mess of something and give them a chance. On the part, you think, okay.
He's taped this show and he's keeping it in his own personal collection, which is a compliment, really, because his tapes and his personal collection are superb. Usually videos, I may ask, but in case the manager turns it around. By the way, nothing will give me greater pleasure if we improve tomorrow night. We improve, and in 3 weeks' time we'll look at this thing completely different. But we're only critiquing what we've seen so far. Smurf, are you still with us?
Well, what we've seen so far is that we get a get out of jail free card at the weekend there. A penalty, in my opinion, was never a penalty. You know, it's you know, anybody that's watching that, you know, if you're a foreign team, you're going to learn a lot of it. You know, we're going to. You're direct against us. If you get balls into the box, we can't defend crosses. We can't defend set pieces. And if you're aggressive against us, we're all out of gaff. So, it's if they get an early goal, it's game on for them, innit? Their tails are up. So they really need to be at the races tomorrow.
Scored, mate. I think watching them last week, I felt that we should score, mate. Yeah. But
aye.
Score. Yeah.
I just feel we're vulnerable. It's the same vulnerabilities under Gio, under Beale, under Big Phil, and now under Russell Starmer. We've got the same vulnerabilities. We can't defend set pieces, free kicks and corners and crossbars. We just can't do it, and you know, it's something that needs to be sorted out. Sorry?
The basics, you mean? We can't do
the basics. Aye. I mean, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. I mean, when I was a boy, there was always somebody on the post, or Stephen Davis was good at that. You used to see him 2 or 3 times a season clearing a ball off a line, always took the post. And nobody does that. So does Zonal Martin now and whatever, I don't know. But we can't do the basics. You're right.
It's modern football, mate. Modern football. But it's going to be interesting. Listen, I hope Mr. Fox is right and we're all right and humble, if that makes sense, Bridger. And I hope it starts tomorrow night. I really do. I'd be interested to see what the team will be. Interested to see who starts midfield, who starts at fullback, particularly right back, what happens up front. You know, he intimated that the boys will be back for the Alloy again, which makes a bit of sense, I suppose. They start getting minutes. So hopefully Asgard and Rigaman improve our team and squad. Bridgeman, eh?
Well, you know, I've said earlier, as far as I'm concerned, I think we're going to get through. And we won't throw 3 goals away. I don't think we'll not throw 3 goals away. But we need to... Tell me, does that boy getting sent off, does that affect the European game?
No.
I don't think so. Right, that's okay. So I think we should be okay from a defensive perspective, not to give the goal away. I say that with a laugh at the back of my throat here. Sorry. We shouldn't give away the 3 goals. We should get through, and I feel we will. So, in fact, if we don't, to me, it's a very Rangers disaster if we don't get through. So the manager knows, and the team knows, and whoever he plays and however he plays them, and so on and so forth, they've all got to do one thing: either go and score another goal, maybe another 2 goals, or don't let a goal in, and that's it. Nothing. Don't do anything wrong that will cause a goal. And, well, I've got to pray that they don't do it. And if we get us through, it's a different. We're on a different outlook out now, a different outlook for Rangers, because we're through to a huge chance to get into a big league money or a big money league. So we'll see what happens. I don't think the way we played on Sunday or Saturday If we play anything like that, even 50% like that, we'll get screwed. European football is pacey, very, very, very fast. And then when they start with a standing start, they'll kill us. And they nearly killed us a couple of times the last time they were playing at Ibrox. But we managed to calm them down, and let's see what happens in their own pitch with their own fans. Let's see what happens. Rangers have got to do it. Got to do it. I'm going for a 1-0 for the Rangers.
Really surprised me, but I don't think that'll very better on the mood. But we'll see where it takes us. Hopefully we get a performance tomorrow night. But away from once Panathinaikos scored, we were actually all right. We weren't great up to the score. We were lucky only to be 1-0. But once we got the goal, we'd done all right. And hopefully we're not waiting to lose a goal before we wake up. We could have scored 3 after Warble scored the last few minutes. We started playing with pace after we go a goal behind. We can't wait till teams score goals. All better.
No, it's you got to start in the front foot right away and keep it going. That's what we get promised. Once we're going to be fast attacking football for 90 minutes or 95 or however long it lasts. But we've seen the exact opposite. We've practically seen walking football. But you're right. They can't lose a goal then start playing. It's not going to work like that. It's no. And by all accounts, there's supposed to be red hot over there as well. So they'll be playing in
the whole of Europe. Up near 35, maybe even warmer than Athens, mate.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? That's mental. It's mental. And then you're going, thank God, and they come back. They put all the effort in, they come back. It's only Alloa, but they've no lost a game, I believe, Alloa. Yes, and they've already beat Dundee as well.
We never even get time to. I know. We never even get time to talk about that. Who were new connections were. We get dragged down a rabbit hole. The night was the plan, but we just
let it go, let it flow.
Listen, I've sent out some links to people. Just when we send out the links, if you phoned in, you just hit yes and come back into the call. It works quite well, mate. Smurf will verify that. But last word for your good self, Smurf.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Onwards and upwards, can only get better. Catch you later, troops.
Cheers, mate.
Albert.
I would like to say it's been a good night for talking about the Rangers and being positive about something, but anyway, it's must say onwards and upwards, mate. You never know it will get better. Take the manager's word on that. Yeah, you see it, but well, we'll go for it, mate.
Well, he's obviously got a job today, mate. Results are important, but I think if we'd have got out of jail with a winner on Saturday, people would have still been questioning.
Aye, struggling to get the victory, struggling to get the end up with struggling to get the draw. You know what I mean? But there you go. It is what it is. It's a game that's passed now. Unfortunately, we all had to sit through it and witness it. But here we go. On to the Mora game. Mora night's game is the most important game, as Bridge says. We need to go on with that.
Poor Martin. I know you're trying to get in, mate. Listen, join us in our time. It'd be great to hear from you, mate. We're just going to wind up our show. Last words for your good self, Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? Fantastic night, by the way. Really good slagging the team and the manager and things like that, Obviously, at the end of the day, we're Rangers fans, true Bears. I'm a true Bear, and I think we all are. So we have to go on. We have to. The next steps we take's got to be forward steps as a club and as a support. The manager's he's got to perform himself, and his team's got to perform, and that's otherwise we're good. It's just a slippery slope, and a slippery slope if we don't do it. We need to start making inroads, win games, and starting tomorrow night. Biggest game of the season tomorrow night. Every single one is listening about it. All the Rangers fans listening all over the world, listen in. Biggest game of the season tomorrow night. Keep it going for the Rangers. Let's get in there.
Yeah. Can I just, before I thank, just a shout out to somebody for the West End of Glasgow, bumped into on Saturday night, used to go to the games way back in the day, and he's he got the call that nobody likes to get. He's discovered he's got prostate cancer. David Jack, and what he's asked me today, to all the bears listening, make sure you get yourself checked early, because the doctors are telling them that that's what's saved them. So big shout out to the wee man, and obviously get checked, because it's a killer for all the bears out there of the male variety. Yeah, the male variety. Get checked, because if you catch it early, it'll save your life. I was asked to do that. I got the words all right, but Davey, thank you, mate. Listen, thanks to Albert Bridge for joining us here in Rangers Radio, Smurf and Martin, who was trying again, and James from Tennessee. James, we know you didn't come back in, but you know you tried. Listen, Rangers Radio will be back after the game tomorrow night. It's a 6 p.m. kickoff. Some people might not have noticed that. 6 p.m. kickoff tomorrow night over in the Czech Republic. Thanks for listening. We know we gave our own team a hard time tonight, but after Saturday's performance, well, you can only critique what you watch, but hopefully it's better tomorrow night. Take it away, old school boy.